Hello and welcome people to Jacksmith, one of my most favorite games when I was a child. This video needs no intro, no grand introduction, because of just mentioning this masterpiece it shows its perfection. I'm gonna glaze that game like no one has ever glazed anything before. Remember the good old browser games, how fun they were. I used to play a lot of the Papa's games, which included Jacksmith. I love the game and the fact that Flip Studio added it to Steam is peak. This year is like the golden year of gaming with the bangers it's releasing. To anyone who does not know this game or the Papa's franchise, in these games you play mainly as a cook, preparing different kinds of foods, and for each kind of food you have a game. Only two of them are on Steam, Papa's Freezeria and Pizzeria. But now they have released their only non-food game, Jacksmith, in which you can craft weapons to fight evil monsters. The concept is simple yet very entertaining. You know, before the game released, I was in the dark ages of my video game experience, a burnout if you will. The only thing I did was edit my next video and ponder about my existence. And when Jacksmith came out, the fog was lifted from me and I finally enjoyed gaming once more. God bless Flip Studio. Anyways, the story of the game is Jacksmith and his friend are poor, and somewhere in another place lived the Duck King and Queen, and somewhere else lived the lonely rat wizard who was obsessed with their daughter, so he amassed a massive monster army and stole her. The king and queen set a reward for saving their daughter, and we accepted cause we are poor. We begin in the lowlands, and the first thing that happens is at the beginning of each day, our friend tells us what enemies are ahead of us. That will be important when we meet the elemental monsters, but about them later. The first customers that will arrive at our door are the pig swordsmen. The more you progress, the more weapons you unlock. But for now we start with the sword. We will take the order of our first customer and go into the forge. The first material you own is bronze. Put that in and wait until the pointer goes to the green. You don't want it to overheat because it would look like a broken piece of shit. Pull the lever slowly because you don't want to get a broken piece of shit that looks like I don't even know what it looks like. Hammer the sword evenly until the end and you can customize it by putting a guard, a grip and a cap. By progressing you get more parts from killing monsters or by buying them from the merchant from whom you can buy materials as well. Besides that, enemies will drop materials, and if you fully complete a day by killing all the enemies, you arrive to a chest that will drop money, materials and a recipe. Recipes give bonuses to your troops when done. What you need will be displayed in the design tab, and if you have the parts and the material to make it, it will be colored in green. And if you bookmark a recipe, it will appear below parts, materials and weapon types. After you have finished your weapon, you will get a score on 3 places: forging, hammering and handle. If you get above 90% on all of them, an XP bar in the bottom will go up. When you reach a higher rank with one of your weapons, it will gain a new trait. When you have served all of your customers, you'll get a money time bonus. After that, you have to watch how your customers fight the enemies. Their HP is the durability of their weapons. When they hit, it will go down. When they're hit, it will go down as well. The durability changes when you work with better materials. And when you're on the battlefield, when enemies drop loot, you have to hover over it to collect it, otherwise it's gone. And depending on how the battle has progressed, you will travel a certain amount of distance. The next unlock will be the chicken archer, whose bow needs to be forged and then stretched. But here is the thing, it's quite hard to stretch it correctly. So what I do in all types of bows, I watch and measure the distance between the sights and the bar on the top to have it in the best way possible. Making weapons ain't easy, okay? After this you put the parts for the arrows and you're done. Then you unlock the boulder. You can shoot a rock every few seconds at the monsters. There are different kinds you unlock during your playthrough, like the fireball that, well, fire, the health ball that heals your customers, the electricity ball that deals electro damage, the damage boost ball that boosts damage, and the freeze ball that freezes monsters. The two-plated axe goat is the next unlock. Forge the weapon, connect the pieces to the handle and get a 99% on every damn axe, because what the fuck am I putting wrong? After that you go to the Cinder Springs, which is basically the fireplace that will introduce the fire enemies. Further on you unlock the water ones as well. There you unlock the shield sheep, forge the shield, then paint it and finally put an emblem on it. This is the easiest but most expensive weapon you can craft. So if you're in late game, always craft the swords, spears and bows with crystals and the rest with gold to save up resources. You unlock unlock a new enemy type and a new sword variant, which basically has different effects on it. Each weapon has 3 variants and they're crafted almost the same with a few tweaks. But I'll be fair, even though the design of the weapons is simple, they look badass. After that you get the fireball and a new customer, the spearman cows. You can forge it, hammer the tip, and then put a dozen of parts to make a funny looking spear. The next area will be the Alpine Ridge, which will introduce the ice and stone enemies. There you unlock the hill boulder, a new bow and a new axe design, and you'll meet your final customer type, the bow mace wielders. When I googled for the Jacksmith wiki and saw the names and the icons of the customers and enemies, I thought they looked cool. I mean, look at the Pigarius Legion, the Clickshire Brute, the Oxen Herd, or the Axe Grinder, the Dagger Bite, the Trail Snapper. Shit sounds cool, man. The mace takes the longest to make. After you forge it, you need to place all the spikes on the correct place, which at the beginning takes a lot of time, but after you get the hang of it, it gets faster. Then you put the parts and voila, 99% on construction. The next area is the Boneyard Dunes, which will introduce the wind and lightning enemies, and I think it's time to talk about the elements, cause I remembered right now. And if you're wondering, yes, I make the script in one go and write whatever comes in my mind. The elemental boost on your weapons deal bonus damage only to the same element, like the ice boost that deals more damage to ice enemies. I at first thought it's like the other games where fire does more damage to ice, but no, fire does more to fire and ice more to ice. Simple as. And if you have weapons that don't deal the specific element, don't worry, you can put specific parts that have these stats. In the Boneyard Dunes, you unlock new weapon designs for the shield and sword and the electricity bow. The next place you go to is the Evershade Forest, which introduces the plant enemies that even in their own area seem rare, and after you get out of there, it's impossible to get some to spawn in the next levels, and I need them to complete my last few achievements, which is to deal plant damage to plant enemies. There you unlock new variants for the bow, mace and axe and a damage boost bow. The next place will be the Wormwood Hole, which will introduce the shadow enemies, and I want to say that there is a monster that looks exactly like Jacksmith, and his name is Blackjack. I mean, it's literally Jacksmith, but evil. There you unlock new variants for the shield, spear and the mace, and you get the final freezing bow. Then you arrive in the final location, the castle ruins, where you will fight the final boss. Dudley is not that difficult to fight, because in the end game, if you know how to manage your resources, you will mostly have only crystal weapons. You will need to fight a row of dragons, and before the battle you'll not know what elements the enemies will be. But for me, and I presume for the rest, will be all the elements. After you beat Dudley, you will receive your cash reward, but besides that you will get a special reward as well. A kiss from the beautiful Princess Liliana. The face of the donkey tells it all, and that's the end of the story. You can still continue playing the game, which basically goes over all of the areas, and the one difference is that at the end of each day, the last monster will be a dragon. That's everything from the game. It's pretty simple and fun, and you can probably complete the game in 12 or less hours. It's not as replayable as the other Papa's games, but it's a nice first time experience. If you can buy it, do it. It's only €5. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a nice day. See you in the next one.
You know, I could put in a word with my dad. Have you assigned to my detail, if you're interested.
Zeus, your son has returned! I bring the destruction of Olympus!